Hi everybody, this is Brendan. It was good to see a few of you in the web conference this morning. My species this week was the Saltmarsh Mosquito. It's kind of a strange pick, but I was curious on what or if any there were positive benefits of the mosquito. Everybody just knows them as being a nuisance, but their physical description, they're a small flying insect. Their bodies are made up of three main segments. First will be the head. This is where their antennas or feelers are found. And one way to tell the male from the male has a furry antennas. Not that you're going to look that close, but that's how you can tell. This is also where the mouth or proboscis is located. The proboscis is made up of three main parts. There are two stylets or pointy little objects that they use to pierce their prey and hold them in place while they use their sucker to extract fluids from them. Beyond that, you have the thorax, which is where the wings and six legs are located. Excuse me. And then the third segment would be the abdomen, which is usually white and black banded in color. Their geographical range will be all along the eastern coast of the United States as well as the Gulf shoreline. And then they continue down through South and Central America, but really anywhere where there's salt water. They have been found as far inland as Arizona in the United States. Their ecological role, one, they serve as a food source to birds and larger insects, but also they help to pollinate plants along the coastline, semi-aquatic plants. Where they fall within the food web, like I said, they are a food source for birds and insects, which throughout their four different stages of their life, they serve as a food source for different types of animals. When they are in their early egg and larvae stages, that's when insects such as dragonflies will feed on them, as well as small fish like pinfish, minnows, things like that. As they grow into adulthood and fly around, that's when birds start to eat them, which, a little bit of fun fact, they provide ecological role for birds because the birds don't have to land to eat the mosquitoes that are also flying around, which keeps them away from other large prey items for themselves, so kind of helps that species. Their food reproductive strategies are the female will lay eggs in the drier fish beds just off the coast above the waterline, and then where they'll stay for about 5 to 15 days anywhere, give or take, until either a large rain or a high tide will come and wash them into the water, which then allows them to hatch, and that's when they turn into larvae, and they'll stay in larvae just for a few days, and then they transition to what's called a pupae stage, which is when they start to somewhat take the shape of a mosquito, and then they change into a full adult mosquito and fly away, and within a few days they themselves are ready to reproduce. So it's a pretty quick lifespan. Their fun fact is, one thing I found is, I'm sure a lot of you have found mosquito bites on yourself and then couldn't remember when you were bit. Their saliva actually has anesthetic properties in them, so it actually numbs your skin when they bite. And they have been studied to see if it's something that doctors could use for surgery, things like that. I haven't found anywhere where it was used. They study the compounds in it to recreate it, but never actually use the actual larvae from the mosquito, the saliva from the mosquito. That's about it. Hope everybody's doing good, and can't wait to hear from you. Bye.